Hey, I don't have much time, but I ran out on part one about health and wellness, right? But one of the things before I just make that pretty simple is first of all, I give enormous amount of love and compassion and gratitude to my mother and my father, my biological mother and my father. My mother was an angel, and both my mother and my father had enormous wisdom. So one of the things I guess I acknowledged when I was a small child is that when you're not going to be what they are and you're living through your heart, you realize you're using higher intelligence. And that's really what it's all about, okay? Is how you measure your intelligence. So I always measured my intelligence through my heart and how I use my energy. Because that's a measure of my own personal spiritual growth and the wisdom that I learned through all my teachers, right? Okay. So at the end of the day, it's always going to be, what do you do with your energy, your mind's energy? And when you realize that it's in love and service to others, you automatically benefit because everybody else thrives. You're part of that community. Okay, that's self-evident. You can use any model that you want. Take any sample that you want. Go out in nature where it's thriving and take a look at why is it thriving. Okay, and it'll tell you. Mother Earth will tell you. So I always felt that when I decided that I was going to jump into the demons territory, okay, because what we're really talking about is I don't use violence to solve a problem. I use higher intelligence, okay, to solve a problem. So what that means is we try and appeal to the wisdom and the logic of others based on the science that we use, which is based on logic, which is based on what? Building thriving relationships and thriving Star Nation communities, correct? Yes. We want everything to thrive, don't we? So when we're seeding things on a planet, we want everything to thrive. So we're measuring the speed of the learning and how it's learning how to thrive, right? Which is an evolution of its consciousness, which is an evolution of its learning, how to go faster through the light. Okay? That's basic stuff. Mother Earth is a model demonstration of how to do that because everything that she gives us is for free. Children, that's very simple for children to observe that and know that through experience. And so they learn that through experience. So experience, again, is the teacher. So when I decided to go through their academic institutions in order to essentially collect data, see how it is that they're programming everything, and seeing the method by which they're programming people in which to collapse not only their timeline, but essentially their biosphere, and the biosphere of the planet, which is changing the pH of a living organism. Okay? So when you look in the health and wellness of yourself, which is in the mirror, which is your biofeedback, there's biofeedback in the planetary biosphere. And that's mapping the terrain of the planet, which is mapping the terrain of yourself. Because it's all biofeedback. Isn't it? Of course it is. So we're mapping the terrain of the planet and we're mapping the terrain of our own physical body, which is the health and wellness. So what I learned, I just always know, I don't even have to think about it, things that you go do to keep yourself, which is like measuring your basic metabolic rate, how fast are you getting rid of the data, which is the waste product of the use of electrons. So I've always found one of the easiest and fastest way to get yourself in the optimal physical, spiritual, emotional, and mental state is the Pacific Ocean. Okay? I can remember a time when I began eating things that I know that I'm not supposed to eat, okay? And I want to burn fatty acid off me. What do? I went down to Newport Beach, got myself a pair of trunks, got myself a pair of what are known as back then UDT fins, which is the same fins that seals use, right? Go out and body surf every single day for about 4 or 5 hours. And I used to go swim out to a buoy, which is about half a mile out of the Pacific Ocean. So you're going to build all your muscles because you're fighting against strong current. So that means you're going to be using all your muscle systems, all your battery packs, and you're in salt water. Okay? So the quickest way to get into the quickest anaerobic shape it's going to be the Pacific Ocean. That's why if you go down to Newport Beach, watch the lifeguards every morning like I used to watch. They go running down the sand, running in the sand, okay, just like isometrics, right, to build all your calf muscles, your ankle muscles, okay, because these lifeguards got to go out in the Pacific Ocean in very high tide, high surf, and what's known as rip tides or red tide, okay, so they got to go out and rescue you in that stuff, right? So that's optimized health and wellness. Okay, now obviously when you're not at the Pacific Ocean, the other way to do that is to go hiking every day, hiking up mountains, building your cardiorespiratory, keeping all your circuits running full superconductors of electrons, right? And that allows you when you're having fun and breathing and exercising your cardiovascular, your circuits are running high speed, burn through all your blockages, right? So that's what I do when I'm up in the mountains. So I always go up in the mountains in the wilderness and hike through all the nature trails, right? Blazing trails through the cosmos, Star Trek navigators, right? You're always exploring the unknown because whatever there when you have love in your heart is going to be the way that you perceive what it is that you haven't explored yet. Because your universe is so big and you love all of it, right? Because it's a new adventure, it's new action. The universe is a cool place to go discover. And when you're doing it with a high-speed Merkaba, then you can imagine what it must feel like to experience the cosmos in that way. And so nature and the Pacific Ocean, the wilderness and all that, was a way in which we keep ourselves just lit up. And that allows you to fight spiritual wars and whip their ass, okay? Because you're using Mother Earth, okay, who gave us the equipment to do it with. So you naturally know how to do this, how to go to the right energy fields and build your battery pack back up and go wage war, right? So you're naturally going to be more powerful than they are, which means they don't want to be around your energy. So it's not hard to clear a building when there's a lot of demons inside. It won't take long. They'll do everything they can to drain your battery, okay? But when you know how to recharge it, they realize it's a waste of time. And they get tired of wasting their energy all the time because it wears them out, doesn't it? Yep. Okay. It's a wonderful sight, you know, when you notice that other people all of a sudden come up to you and go, "They're gone. The demons are gone." It's like, yeah, cool, huh? We cleared this place. That's how it works, even when you're in a low-density concrete box, right? So remember, the universe is within you. My connection to all that light is through my neurotransmitters, right? My soul link, my heart, right? Your heart is your power center, okay? That's why they go after the heart. They don't get Mother Earth. Not while we're here. It won't happen ever. So those are the Indians, okay? It's funny how when I think about an optimized tribe, I thought an optimized tribe. Well, there are the indigenous tribes, okay? We've been here all the time. Welcome to the tribal community, okay? Living in nature, natural law, right? Burning a high-speed Merkaba. I'm happy for all of you that you're all doing that, right? So we can restore sanity to the planet. That's a cool thing, huh? Have a good night. You all be good to yourselves. Bye now.